When we set out to build SnapLot 360, I mean, we had that in mind. I mean, we received obviously that feedback from dealers. So a couple things we're doing, we are integrating in such a way, we want to integrate directly with the dealer's processes, right? So we don't want them having to use this tool over here for photos, this one for video, have their vehicle descriptions going on in another systems. So we're working across the board to make those integrations happen. Obviously, we've built this initially on top of HomeNet, but in the coming year we'll be integrated with Provision, with Conquest. We have an integration now with Dealer.com, and so a 360 will show up on the Dealer.com website. We actually also have exclusive integration with AutoTrader. So if you take a 360, it's going to show up on your AutoTrader VDP, and it's creating some pretty unique marketing opportunities for joint dealers. The other thing is we understand the job that dealers are trying to do. We've been in this business for many, many years, and so we're just going to continue to refine and work on solving the problems that matter there for the dealer. It's come a long way, and this isn't just an evolution of photo or video, it's really an evolution of the digital showroom if you think about it, right? We are bringing an elevated consumer experience and seeing a greater engagement with consumer shoppers. It's bringing this three-dimensional view of the vehicle, both internally and externally, to really help the consumer feel like they're there on the lot. They can gain more trust and transparency about the product that they're shopping for, get more information so they can make faster and easier buying decisions. Look, we all know shopping begins online. In fact, Cox Automotive tells us 88% of the shopping now begins online. In fact, 20 out of the 24 buying steps, 19 of them are digital, right? So dealers see that their showroom, right, is now digitally online. I mean, it's where dealers and consumers, it's where that listing is really the first place that relationship begins, right? And you begin to trust the dealer and really, understand the product that you're trying to buy. And dealers, they understand the value of merchandising, and a lot of our research that we've just recently done, overwhelmingly, dealers told us that from a merchandising and marketing standpoint, they see, going back to margin compression, they see that their effort, the processes, the tools they have in place directly have an effect on margin of a vehicle, turn of a vehicle. But here's what's interesting, only 12% of them felt highly differentiated than the dealer down the street. So there's a huge gap here, it's a problem, right? And as a dealer partner, it's our job to provide those tools, those services that are gonna help the dealers remain competitive online, but also elevate the consumer shopper experience, bringing more information to the dealer and this new medium that's being created where it's gaining a higher engagement from consumer shoppers, so they can again get the information, get a real sense of the vehicle that they're going to see when they go to the dealership. That's honestly the beauty of all of this. So it's a very simple process. You're going to take your phone, you're going to walk around the car, and it's going to bring this experience together. And honestly, some of our findings are that consumer shoppers like to see that you have cars in the background, right? It's a very real, raw experience, just like they're there on the lot. And I think that level of transparency is really just creating new engagement with consumer shoppers. Oh man, like I said, it's not photos and it's not video, right? It's this whole new medium. It puts the consumer in the driver's seat, so it puts them in control. It allows them to go explore the data and the information that they want. For us, when we look at what does the next generation of merchandising look like, it's all visual. We find, and you see it in articles and studies every day, that trends for consumer shoppers are continuing to move that way. And so we're focusing our attention very heavily right now on that, and how do we take what was traditionally maybe vehicle descriptions or comments about the vehicles, right? How do we put that story into the photography, into 360s, etc., because that's where consumers are engaging. Look, as consumers, when we arrive on a web page, we actually only read about 28% of the data that's on that web page. So yeah, they're not scrolling down past the fold, right? If you look at what Dealer.com is doing now, right? They're bringing photos up. It's the first thing you see, right? The car is the star, and these VDPs have to be heavily visual, and this product complements that for consumer shoppers.